And welcome to this video. This is going to be basically posted on my Facebook page, Chronicles of Culm, and of course everybody who's a member of that Facebook page will get access to it. What it is it's just to show you my way of tackling this project. It's very old school, as you'll see, but I thought you might find it interesting. You might not. If you don't, well, just switch off the video. Nothing lost. But I'm very low tech. I'm a pencil and paper and crayon man. It's the way I like to work. I get pleasure from the actual pencil and crayon and on paper rather than an electronic screen. I am a competent copy typist. That was one of the skills I was taught in the Royal Navy as a radio operator. I can type almost as fast as I can speak. But it's not a medium that inspires me. It's great once you've written what you want to write and then type it up. Yeah, that's fantastic. I can do that in a few minutes. But to actually create on an electronic screen with a flashing cursor just leaves me cold. Just can't do it. I need to actually put pencil to paper to create. It's just the way I am, it's just the way I work, but I prefer it that way. As Tolkien says when he started his War of the Rings, and I'm not in any way whatsoever comparing my efforts to the great Tolkien, but he said you need to start with a map. And we've got our map. Very basic, very, simple. But I've got a map, and with that it gives me distances, where one places relation to another. Yes, it needs far more detail, and some of these areas are going to need to be blown up lots of time just to make it so I can see villages and towns and individual items. So we start with a map. Now, I like to use, can we zoom in a bit? I like to use record cards. Yeah, I know, old-fashioned again. I could do it on the computer on a database, and it'd be far neater and it'd be far more tidy and everything. But I don't like doing it. I like to do it this way. So I have my cards with my different events that are going on, people, events, the races, and that type of thing. And I like to keep them all together. It's easy to work with, and if I get a sudden idea or something I want to jot down, I don't have to flash up the computer. I can just pick up a card and a pencil and away I go. Next thing I'd like is a book for ideas, and I jot down stuff in here that helps me. I think of something or an idea I want to do, I can jot it down in this book. Got all sorts of stuff in here what I've been writing about. And the beauty of this book is at the very back there's like a little fold, a little envelope here, and these cards will slot into there if I want them to. Well, they will at the moment because there's not too many, but it's somewhere to keep them all together. So a nice little ideas book to keep them going. And then the actual creation of the story, again, on paper, you can't beat it. Just a cheapo, refill pad. I like to make a margin at both sides so I can make notes, and then I can create. And the simple process of putting pencil to paper, to me, is how I make the story, because just using a pencil and the ideas travelling from my brain through my hand and to the lead on that, well, it's not lead now, it's graphite, onto the pencil. It just helps me create. It really does. Totally, completely different from a soulless and cold computer screen. So that's more or less how I work. Very simple. I don't need many tools, and I can sit anywhere and do this. Yes, I do need my computer when I type it up, and I should be typing up this little piece here and putting it on the Chronicles of Culm Facebook page, probably as soon as I've finished doing this video. so that you'll not only be able to see this, but you'll actually be able to read this that I've created so far. This is the start of the history of Culm. Just to sort of whet your appetite, and I plan to do add little bits more to it, the history, as we'll work our way through the story. Now, I also like to use these cards to plan it out a bit like chapters in a book, but I can't plan it out like an author would normally, because I don't actually know what the results, say for instance, of a battle. If there's a battle somewhere in Culm, it could change the whole direction of the story depending on what happens in that battle. Maybe someone was killed, who wins, who loses. So I can plan for so much and write so much, but some of it is going to have to eventually come from what takes place on the tabletop. I'm not saying it's going to be all battles, it's not, but some things will alter the flow of the story, and I've got to take that into account. But I can give it a rough plan of in what direction I want to go. I've got loads of ideas already. I've got plenty in my little book here that I've jotted down. Ideas, some I'll use, some probably never get used, but they're there. If I think of something, the old trusty book comes out and I jot it down, and it's there for future should I need it. So, well, that's it. That's just a little bit of pulling the curtain back and letting you know how I'm actually creating Culm and the process that goes into it. And I hope you found it interesting, and I'll speak to you on the next video. Bye for now.